Whenever I think about core values in any community, humility always comes up near the top. But in Islam, it feels like humility is especially emphasized, not just as good manners, but almost as a foundation of faith itself.
I get what you mean. It's not just about being polite, there's a depth to it. In Islamic teachings, humility isn't optional. It's woven right into the structure of faith, along with worship and how we treat others. The Quran and countless sayings of the Prophet really hammer this home.
Exactly. There are all these verses and hadiths that praise good character, and humility really stands out among them. It's almost like a glue that holds other virtues together.
And that makes sense, since without humility, even good deeds can subtly morph into pride or showing off. That, in turn, can really undermine the whole point of doing good in the first place.
That actually reminds me, people often get confused about what humility really is. Sometimes it gets mixed up with meekness or even weakness. But is that what's meant here?
Not at all. True humility in an Islamic sense is about knowing your place, not lowering yourself in a humiliating way, but avoiding arrogance. The original Arabic even captures the idea of willingly stepping back from showing off or seeking status for its own sake.
So, it's like being comfortable with who you are, accepting your strengths and weaknesses, and not feeling the need to be above others?
Exactly, but it cuts both ways. You don't pretend you're less than you are out of false modesty, but you also don't see yourself as better than anyone. It's a balance between pride and self-neglect. I think that's what really sets it apart from just being shy or letting people walk all over you.
Funny you say that, because the text also brings up that there's a good kind of humility and a negative, even harmful, kind. I wasn't expecting that sort of distinction.
Yeah, it's fascinating. The good kind is about humbling yourself before God's commands, and in your dealings with people being sincere, not showing off, and treating everyone with respect. But the negative kind is like lowering yourself just to gain someone's favor, or out of desperation for status or money.
That's a really important point. One is about inner strength and sincerity, and the other is more like self-degradation or losing your dignity just to get ahead.
Right, and Islamic scholars have always warned against the second type. Real humility grows from knowing yourself, knowing God, and acting with purpose, never from empty flattery or humiliation.
After hearing all that, I find myself wondering, how does someone actually live out humility? It sounds noble, but what does it look like in practice?
It's more practical than people think. Accepting the truth from anyone, regardless of their status, is one. Respecting others, being quick to apologize and thank those who point out your mistakes, those are all marks of humility.
And it seems like not seeking the spotlight, not insisting on always leading or getting special treatment, fits in too. I love that story about Uwais al-Qarni, who didn't want fame or recognition, even when it was offered to him.
Absolutely. Even things like doing your own chores or being comfortable with simple clothes can reflect humility. The Prophet Muhammad himself took part in ordinary work, visited the sick, and never looked down on others. That role modeling is huge.
I've had something like that happen too. When trying to talk to kids about humility, they look at you like you're speaking a foreign language. How do you get the message across in a way that sticks?
Honestly, examples work way better than lectures. Like, if a child loses a game, it's a chance to talk about congratulating the winner and handling loss gracefully. Or if they win, not gloating, just being happy without putting others down.
And respecting elders, saying sorry when you're wrong, those go a long way too. I guess it's also about parents and adults setting the tone, right?
Definitely. Kids imitate what they see more than what they're told. Humility isn't about denying your strengths, but about staying open, willing to learn, and never assuming you're better than anyone. That's something we could all use reminders about, honestly.
Before we wrap up, let's clear up a big misconception. Humility isn't about being spineless, right? It doesn't mean you have to let yourself get walked over.
Not at all. Real humility is recognizing our shared humanity, not giving up your dignity. It's more about seeing the value in everyone and connecting with others without ego.
That's spot on. The text even quoted some poetry, reminding us that no matter how high you climb, life can turn things upside down. It really keeps you grounded.
And staying grounded is what builds real relationships, helps us grow, and keeps our communities healthy. In the end, humility turns out to be a strength that lifts everyone up, not just yourself.